Looks quite slippery today. It's surprisingly muddy, but see how it goes. Yeah, hooked up well. Nice. No problem. Today is the first ride on my 2021 KTM 300 EXC TPI, and enjoying it so far. The power feels pretty mild. The engine right now is stock, apart from a modification V-Force 4 reed valve. I've got an FMF gnarly pipe on as well. But the head is stock and the ECU is stock as well. It goes okay, don't get me wrong, but the power is certainly not that strong off the bottom, and kind of not what I'm used to. But it is easy to ride. Traction is good. So this sort of trail riding is no problem at all. But it's not really an exciting ride. All these rocky switchbacks. My rear tire is a Shinko 540X, which is the soft compound, and I'm running tubeless 2 PSI, and traction is very good on these surfaces. It rained 2 days ago, still a little bit wet, but not much mud. Pretty much ideal conditions. I love these single track trails through short bamboo. In Japanese it's called sasa, and it stays low. And, really nice. So my thoughts on breaking in a new bike are to warm it up thoroughly before riding. And you want to warm it up slowly, not revving it hard. I typically just rev it at raised idle, so keep the throttle open a bit until it starts coming up to temperature, and then ride it slowly initially, and then start getting on the pipe. And particularly for a new bike, try not to like over rev it, but I just ride it normally, not stressing it excessively, and try not to overheat it too much. Some of the mods I made, I'm using Cycra handguards, and they're mounted to BRP handlebar top clamp mounts. I've used these in the past. I found them to be super strong, really like them. And then on the forks, I changed the triple clamp to X-Trig rocks. I've been using these recently on my 2017, really like them. One of the major upgrades from a traditional type clamp is the opposing tightening system holds the fork tubes really firmly and stops them from twisting easily in a crash. so they're working really well. And then I'm using Dingo fork guards, both the upper and lower guards. These as well I've been using recently, found them to be really good. The wheels, I've got some Impact Tusk wheels. I've had these for a while now, but I haven't used them. And I'm using Shinko tires, so I've got a 216 Cheetah on the front, and on the rear I've got a Shinko 540X running super low pressure. It's about 2 psi today. The rear I've got TM Design Works disc guard, so it's got the upper guard and the lower guard. These work really well, like those, very strong. You can buy replacement guard pieces if you wear it out on rocks, but I found them to be really tough, no problem. Foot pegs, I'm running the stainless steel Fastways pegs. They're not as light as aluminium, but very tough and strong. Stand up to a lot of abuse, and I think it's worth the weight penalty. They're only slightly heavier, but I really like those. Excellent grip as well, and you can mount them two ways. I've got them in a lower position because I'm quite tall. If you prefer the stock height, you can flip the mount around and mount them in stock. Exhaust system, I'm running FMF system, so this is a gnarly pipe, and I've got the PowerCore 2 silencer. And I've got a Trailtech digital controlled fan. I really like these because you can see the temperature. It's useful, especially when you're warming up the bike, to see the engine temp coming up and when it's good to ride. Also, while you're riding, I like to be able to see what the engine temperature is. So I prefer these to the KTM ECU controlled fan, although the KTM fan is a bit cheaper. But I think it's worth it for getting the digital readout. And on the chain side, I'm running a DID chain. Really like these. They last a long time, and they're narrower than a stock chain, so improved performance there as well with reduced friction. And I've replaced the chain guides with a TMD Design Works system. And I'm running a TMD Design Works skip plate as well. These offer great side protection as well, and mount very securely. So they stand up to a lot of abuse. And I've got Trailtech radiator guards. A word of warning, these are listed as fitting models 2017 through 21. I had to trim quite a bit of plastic on the radiator shroud in this area to get them to fit properly. I'm not sure if that's a common issue. I'm waiting for feedback regarding that. And the handlebar mount, I'm using the X-Trig mounting system, and you can see here this yellow portion is a damping system. It comes with 3 different colors. Yellow is the medium one, and it provides some shock isolation. And the only engine mod I've made is to change the reed valve to a Motor Tassineri V-Force 4. I don't really like the stock reed valve. Quality and construction is not that great in my opinion. I think the Motor Tassineri is much more reliable. So I like using these on all my bikes. And you can probably see in here on the radiator hose, I've mounted a guard, and copied this idea from Dirt Bike Channel. And what happens is if you have a crash and the radiator is pushed back, the hose can get pinched. So I have one on the other side as well, and if it hits this portion here on the engine, and especially around the other side, it can put a hole in the radiator hose, and then you lose all your coolant. One of my friends has a 2020 Husqvarna T250i, and he had his hose on the other side punctured 3 times. So I think putting a guard like this is a really good idea, and saves a lot of hassle. And the seat I've changed to a Acerbis X seat. This is updated design for 20 and 2021 models. A little bit different from the one I have on 17, but similar design, same benefits, completely waterproof, and very tough as well. It stands a lot of abuse. You can, the bike can fall over onto a tree and it won't tear like a regular seat cover. Really like these. It's pretty slippery. I'm just slipping, sliding down. Maintains traction really well. Wow. Woo! Yeah, it doesn't stall easily, that's for sure. The power feels very mild. It keeps going though, but it's not like 250 power with my stick carb on at all. The bottom is somewhat soft as well, so that's something I'll look to improve on, but it keeps going. It's very easy to ride. So my initial impressions of the bike, I've got about 2 hours on it now of trail riding, and it's running well. The power, as I mentioned, is quite mild. It maintains good traction even in low traction areas, which is good, but it is a little bit too mild for me. It doesn't really excite me riding it. So I'm going to be looking to modify it. I'll ride it stock a couple more rides probably, just to get a good feel for it, and then probably change the head and change the ECU as well. And I'll be making some videos regarding that. The suspension is totally stock. For lower speed trail riding it's fine. As the speed goes up, it starts feeling a little bit too soft and wallowy. I could play around with the clickers, but I think it's going to need some modification, so I'll be looking into that as well. The ergonomics, I've got it set up for me and how I like to ride, and it feels really comfortable, so I don't plan on changing any of those. The guards, totally fine, offering good protection. Next week I'm going to be riding my carb bike in a hard enduro race. Probably a week after that I'll be riding this again, so if you're interested in seeing that, check it out.